Welcome to the Ballinglen Arts Foundation. You are here at the time of our inaugural exhibition as this building opens for the first time to the public, to our friends and neighbors. We are over the moon with excitement because this building has been in the planning stages for 20 years and in the construction stages for a phenomenally efficiently short period of time, thanks to Una Ford, who spearheaded it at Ballinglen, and I hope you, if you haven't met Una already, you will meet her one of your visits to the museum, and to Michael Ring and all of Mayo County Council for their extraordinary support. What I would like to communicate to you now is that I am Margot Dolan, and I am one of two co-founders. The other co-founder is my husband, Peter Maxwell, who, with me, started from nothing in all categories the Ballinglen Arts Foundation in 1992. And it was started as a response to our falling in love in 1981 with the village of Ballycastle, the miraculous village of Ballycastle and the people, as well as the land and sea environment all around, which has to be one of the most spectacular and pure areas on the earth. We decided to encourage artists to come, and that became the founding of the Ballinglen Arts Foundation, which is in itself a center for international artists who come on very competitively won fellowships to work at Ballinglen in our studios, in the print studio, out in the fields, in the barns, in deserted buildings, to make conceptual work which has no obvious association with what one sees, but a great association with of course the emotional and spiritual experience of being in this landscape. The paintings and drawings and prints and sculpture all also have to do, of course, with the scene landscape, with the sea, with the sky, with the land. And as you will see, all of the work is quite different one from the other. And the extraordinary thing is that all of these artists who have been here since 1992 on fellowships have made work based on the same place and the same feel, the same spirit, the air, the land, the environment, and yet all the work is different. You don't see any cookie cutter paintings that are, oh yeah, here's another one of this or that, or it is a collection of individual responses to the same place, which remain absolutely pure and distinct one from the other by very significant artists who are dedicated now to the place and to Ballinglen. The other thing which happens at Ballinglen is a quite extensive program with local schools, all the way from the primary school, the youngest national school children, all the way up through third level, and incorporating a program for adults as well. We have a very active international program for adult workshops. We also extend this within the country of Ireland for workshops geared at particular groups. The schools program is entirely free, and the children are taught by the people we call Ballinglen Fellows. Those are the artists who are awarded the fellowships to come and work at Ballinglen. It's quite extraordinary. It's a very generous effort on our part, as well as the artists and everyone who's involved, and it's fantastic. In addition, we now have a museum, and the museum has in its walls the collection of the Ballinglen Arts Foundation, which comes from each artist who comes to work at Ballinglen as a fellow, who is required, it is the only requirement for when they come, to give Ballinglen one finished, serious, well-considered, and complete painting whenever they're ready. It doesn't have to be exactly at the end of the fellowship, but at some point they must give us something, and they do. Sometimes people give us 2 or 3 things. And that group of work forms the collection, which is a permanent collection of the Ballinglen Museum of Art. And the paintings that you see on the wall, including prints and drawings, are part of that permanent collection, which will always be part of the museum. And this, it happens, is now about 800 works of art, and it's growing continually, and it is one of the largest contemporary collections of art within the island of Ireland. So, as I mentioned earlier, Peter and I first went to Ballycastle in 1981. We fell in love within 5 minutes, and we never looked back. We went on vacation every year. That lasted for maybe 8 or 9 or 10 years, and after that we didn't have any vacations because we decided to start Ballinglen. And that we did in 1992. What I hope is that when you visit the museum, when you come to this area, you too will fall under the spell, and that you will return to the area and you will return to the museum often. And we want you to know that whenever you do, you will be very welcome.